another episode of Adoptions from the Heart TV. I'm your host, Amanda Aliberti. Today we're going to be sitting down with Jenna and Meredith, and they're going to be talking about the idea of adopting families not oversharing too much information about their child and really allowing their child to share their story when they're ready. So now let's turn to Meredith and Jenna.
So Jenna, part of our roles as social workers at Adoptions from the Heart is how much our adoptive parents and birth parents share with one another and what they share with their families, their friends, their co-workers, and we try to explain to them that it is your child's journey and it is important for them to keep some things to themselves and share with their child later on in life. Have you ever experienced anything like that with your adoptive parents of oversharing?
Yeah, I think that in the very beginning, adoptive parents can be really excited, and I think that it's just natural. They just want to share because they're just very excited and happy. But I think something that's really important for them to remember is that privacy is not the same as secrecy. And so it's really important to remember that your child's story is their story. And it's also important to remember that, while you may share some things with close family, just know that in the future, your child may be repeated those things. And so if you really want to be the one to share your child's story, you should be the one to keep that to yourself so you can shape that story.
Absolutely. And I think it's very important for birth parents to be able to share their story later on with their child, because open adoption is very prevalent in our agency, and a lot of our birth parents want to be able to share that story, what their story was, maybe write a letter, and maybe not share that letter with maybe a grandmother or a cousin or a friend. That should be your child's letter, and that's what we try to explain to adoptive parents and birth parents, and a lot of them are very, very respectful about that, and they know the importance of open adoption and their child's journey, and their journey as well, because it's a big extended family.
It is. I really agree. I think too, friends and family, they can change over the years too, and each friends and family has a close person that they would probably share something with too, and so you just need to be careful, because if you share a lot, more extended people may know then, and the story could get changed through those waves of communication. So like I said in the beginning, we think privacy is different. It's not the same as secrecy, and we do recommend that you keep your child's story confidential to you so that you can best share it with the child, and as well as Meredith said, with the birth parents.
And I think that's very important what you hit on earlier. Sometimes friends can definitely change, but one thing that will always remain the same are your birth parents and your adoptive parents, and that will always be your adoption triad, and that will always be the closeness that you will always share.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Meredith and Jenna. We're hopeful that this can help adopting parents really decide when it's the right time to talk about their child's story and the difference between secrecy and privacy. Thanks so much, and tune in next week.